Vehant Technologies. We are an IIT Delhi incubated company from way back in 2005. We have been pioneers in the areas of AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, based physical security, surveillance, and traffic enforcement and management solutions, along with COVID solutions, which we have recently launched in this year itself. Today, we at Vehant Technologies are announcing the launch of our AI platform called Okean. As you can all see on the home screen being shared, the name of our AI platform is Okean. What does Okean stand for? Okean means ocean in the Serbian language, and Okean signifies depth of the ocean. As we all know, that an ocean signifies depth, knowledge. Similarly, we aspire to launch our Okean AI platform with the proposition for our end users and customers, where we promise knowledge, we promise expertise, and we promise fail-safe technology which can be used by all of you. We are thankful to Intel for partnering with us in this launch, and this platform launch would not have been possible without their able and continuous support. And we would like to take this opportunity for presenting the various technology platforms that are powered by Intel's Core series processors, chipsets, and graphics. We have with us today the team from Intel, led by Mr. Bhaskar, and we will delve further in depth into this topic and hope to have an engaging discussion on the same. Hello. Yeah, Okean AI platform is a GPU-powered single platform which will be providing insights that can be used to understand behavior, incidents, etc. through a single window for the user. This Okean AI platform will serve as a single basket for all of Vehant's analytics-based solutions and offerings, and going forward, it will be the one-stop go-to shop for all the requirements for our enterprise AI customers and end users. Not only will this Okean AI platform help our customers in improving their standard operating procedures and compliances, it will also help them in augmenting their operations, that is streamlining it and making it better. Our platform is highly user-friendly and it is easily customizable as well. There are various analytics modules that are being built on this Okean AI platform, and they are being positioned as, for example, we have a safe and smart city analytics, which is basically dealing with people analytics, traffic management, traffic enforcement analytics. Similarly, we have an enterprise analytics suite. This segment will cater to multiple use cases in different industry verticals, like, for example, hygiene analytics for restaurant and hospitality, smart analytics for augmenting operations and optimizing marketing metrics in the retail sector, analytics for ensuring safety in the manufacturing domain, so on and so forth. This is open-ended and we are open to further development in this domain, and we are working really well in this area. Safe and smart city analytics comprises of automated number plate reading systems, we call it ANPR, speed violation detection systems, red light violation detection systems, crowd management, law, maintenance of public security, theft, damage to public property, garbage removal, graffiti, so on and so forth. Okean AI platform leverages neural network powered deep learning algorithms by analyzing events in real time as well as historical data to understand patterns and assist safe and smart city infrastructure decision automatically based on these different situations. In the enterprise analytics suite, Okean will help the user to detect and alert about various SOP compliance issues, like, for example, social distancing, face mask, hairnet, chef cap monitoring, hand wash, glove monitoring scenarios, contactless attendance monitoring scenarios, touchless temperature checking, so on and so forth. Using a computer vision, that is CVT, object detection and classification, this platform can analyze live video feeds from the cameras installed at the user's premises and provide advantages in various areas, starting with real-time incident detection and others. Data generated across multiple cameras and locations can further be visualized using dashboards to provide users a view of incidents that may take place across different geographies. That was the introduction. I have taken the time that I was supposed to. Now I hand it over to the experts, Anup and Bhaskar, who are our panelists today. They will be bringing forward the perspectives from Vehant and Intel as they speak. And after their respective sessions, we will also have a Q&A, a question and answer session, which will be very, very engaging. So we would request all the participants who have taken time out today and joined us to please engage us constructively with your questions. Please feel free to drop your questions in the chat box, and we'll be taking them up after the sessions. I'll quickly introduce our first speaker for the day, Anup. Anup is CTO and co-founder at Vehant Technologies. Anup, he's responsible for aligning the company's technical competence with the emerging trends and futuristic technologies. He has founded Vehant Technologies after a very successful stint at Mobileye Vision Technologies Limited, which was a technology startup in Israel, and IBM India Research Lab. Anup holds a bachelor's and master's degree in technology from IIT Delhi. With that, I would like to hand over the platform to Anup. Anup, the floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Somraj, for a kind introduction. I hope I'm audible. Somraj, could you please confirm?
Yes, Anup, your voice is clear.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, I hope my screen is also.
Yes, it's clear.
Right. Okay. So, good day, friends. I'm Anup Prabhu, CTO at Vehant. Thank you for joining us today for the launch of Okean, the AI-powered advanced video analytics platform. Before I get into the details of Okean, I would like to give a very brief introduction about Vehant. Vehant Technologies was incorporated in 2005 and earlier known as Critical Secure Scan. It was a startup founded from IIT Delhi. Over the years, we have grown to a team of about 250 people and 7 offices across 3 countries. Some of the key technologies which drive our products are computer vision, artificial intelligence, X-ray, machine vision, and thermal imaging, as well as video and image processing. Our technology mentors, whom you see on the screen, and advisors include eminent researchers in various key areas of computer vision, AI, networking, and embedded systems, and have been a constant source of inspiration for our new initiatives. With that, I would like to jump into the evolution of Okean. Okean, as some of you may know, actually refers to the ocean, which is what we feel is sort of symbolic of the way that the workflows now happen. So everything is in a constant state of flow, and we would like that to represent how data moves from one location to another, and how events and information is collated across different locations and eventually converge at the different end user locations or the destination ports that they are meant to be.
Anup, are you presenting? Because nothing is visible.
Okay.
Can you just recheck? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's getting visible. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We can see it now. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Yeah. So I start with the evolution of Okean. So over the years, Vehant product portfolio had come to include UESS for scanning the underside of vehicles, the X-ray baggage scanner for baggage inspection at at lots of places, including airports, railway stations, high security buildings, etc. And also quite a few products in the traffic monitoring area, including TrapScan, which is a vehicle detection camera, and the entire suite of traffic mon enforcement solutions. Recently, some of our newly launched and upcoming areas include AI-powered analytics for smart city video and enterprise video monitoring use cases. So this new family of analytics are powered by our Okean AI platform, and the evolution of Okean, in a sense, started from traffic monitoring solutions. So we initially had state-of-the-art ANPR solution, which was a traditional computer vision approach completely. And so even though it was completely traditional computer vision, we had very good success in the field deploying these solutions. Over the years, we added new modules to it, including traffic enforcement modules for red light and speed violation, which was followed by AI modules for vehicle type, make detection, no helmet, triple riding, and no seatbelt detection. So along the way, ANPR also transitioned to a GPU-driven architecture. Eventually, all the alerts and management and monitoring happens from the central control room. And all the events are consolidated there, from where monitoring and visualization and all kinds of other control and management functions happen. A similar sequence of followed for TrapScan, which is a traffic detection camera monitoring solution for adaptive traffic control at junctions. So initially completely based on traditional CV, we transitioned that also into a AI-based detection and classification. And over time, it evolved to give improved performance and accuracy. So if you look at the evolution, so from traffic and law enforcement, we had been looking at moving to AI-based people analytics for smart cities and safety gear detection for workplaces. So that was around the time when COVID struck, and so we easily adapted the people analytics pipeline that we had for the COVID use case. And we were able to target COVID specific use cases like mask compliance and as well as social distancing applications. And this we were able to roll out around June, July this year. So some of our guests who may have attended earlier sessions also may recall seeing some of these slides as well. So going ahead, recently we rolled out.
Anup, sorry to interrupt you actually. Can you do a full screen? Actually, what we can see the next slide also, and that.
Okay, just a second. Is the screen visible now?
No. It's still not visible. Now it's coming. Yeah, it's full screen now. Go ahead.
Okay, right. Yeah, sorry about that. And thanks for pointing it out. Yeah, so when COVID struck, so we were able to easily roll out the platform for people analytics and target it towards the COVID specific modules like mask, no mask and social distancing. And recently we rolled out our AI analytics for restaurants and hospitality scenarios, where some of the use cases include detection of gloves, headgear, hairnet, as well as usage of mobile aprons and other use cases. So with these, these are some sample images and snapshots from some of these specific use cases that we have here for gloves, mobile phone usage, hand wash, and social distance that have been detected using for the hygiene use case scenario. Now, so having looked at the evolution of the AI use cases and as well as the user interactions, the visualizations, and the user requirements across all of these different use cases, we saw that there are commonalities not just in the AI pipeline, but also in the way that people interact with the system, in the way that workflows are constructed, and taking our learnings from all of these, we were able to then churn out our insights from all of these and then transformed it into Okean, which is the advanced AI video platform. And so in a sense, Okean is a GPU powered AI analytics platform that is capable of taking a video feed, analyze it for various kinds of SOPs that are needed for the specific target enterprise or the use case scenario, and convert them into meaningful results which can be consumed by the end users and the different stakeholders of the system. So in a sense, the key modules that power some of these the pipeline, as well as enable the overall use case. I'll cover the details in the subsequent slides. But in a sense, Okean provides hardware accelerated inferencing with built-in security, as well as easy scalability across different use cases and different multi-site, multi-location operation, along with a very easy scalability for different use cases as the need may be. And I'll just take you through a sneak peek of the backend cases that we are looking at. So moving from traffic enforcement to COVID analytics and then hygiene detection. Now we are looking at also enterprise analytics for and as well as smart city video analytics, both of which are powered by Okean. So in a sense, so this is the the progression that has happened from so in terms of the use cases that we're looking at, and in terms of the pipeline that we are talking about. So we have video coming from real-time video streams, video and audio streams, which is processed by the AI inference engine, which is hardware accelerated for GPU and as well as the CPU scenarios. And so this essentially has a lot of AI modules forth, which are then consolidated at the event consolidation level in order to provide various analytics. And these analytics are subsequently then streamed along with the video and image snapshots and saved at the database and for different kinds of events. There is also a built-in dashboard which is available for the end users to interact with the system and to manage the different alerts and as well as configure the system. So before I move on to the use cases and some of the screenshots and things like that, so I would like to touch upon one final point here, is that so when we started working on AI initially, so because of performance requirements, so Caffe was the predominant framework that was being used. cafe or cafe 1 as it was known at or pure cafe. So cafe 2 came much later. So cafe was a very high performance AI inference engine, which could with C++ integration, so that we could get the maximum performance out of the compute engine that we have, hardware that we have. And of course, then as networks evolved, as technology evolved, and as research evolved, later on, a lot more other frameworks, including Cafe2, PyTorch, as well as TensorFlow, and all these other deep learning frameworks came to the forefront. So now by using OpenVINO at the backend, so we are now able to ingest any sort of network, which could be whether it be a PyTorch model or it could be a TensorFlow model. We can easily ingest that through custom converters that we have, and use it, with the OpenVINO framework, which provides an intermediate inference engine representation, and that then makes it very easy to get a 2x to 5x performance boost on detection and classification pipelines using these models. And as a result, so this also enables us to, for example, for certain use cases, whereas we have our own models which we have targeted for some of the applications that we have looked at, and some of which I'll show going ahead. So in certain scenarios, there may also be cases where corporate researchers or corporations may want to deploy their own models in addition to the ones that we have. So by having this flexibility, we can also take input from them and add these specific use cases based on their own data and pre-trained models also easily into the Okean pipeline. So just to add on to that, so this is a sample database event schema, one of the tables that we have in the backend, which is used to manage the different types of events that are deployed at a particular establishment. Now, so this shows like 6 events already configured at this for this use case. Now, in order to configure a 7th event into the pipeline, so we would essentially add a new event type here, and essentially, so we'll have a 7th entry here. With that added, essentially, the entire configurator and the front end and the middleware and the event streaming pipeline completely now starts to understand this new event that has been added into the system, and this whole pipeline can now start to run. Of course, for the system to generate meaningful alerts and events, we will need to complement it with suitable corresponding detectors, models, and consolidation modules for the application specific events to start generating events. But what I just wanted to point out is that it's reasonably easy to add a new type of event into an existing into this existing Okean framework, which is already deployed. Adding new types of events is rather easy. And similarly, extension for new types of analytics as well as new use cases can be targeted in a reasonably easy manner. The platform also comes with a basic UI interface as well, which can be, of course, customized for different use cases as per the need of the organization or the platform, or the end users that will be using the system. But just to give a simple, just to give a glance of it, so this is a very easy user interface which provides most of the functions that we are talking about. And so alert management, a very basic management screen, a listing of alerts, events, visualization, as well as some basic types of dashboards in custom formats that we can choose from, whether it be maybe something like this or across multiple locations when we expand to different things, as well as the need may be for custom dashboards and user interfaces could be built based on user specific requirements. For example, this is one that we built for traffic, but pulling data of the same pipeline and from the same database schemas. So, and so in short, to summarize the benefits of the Okean platform, it is an it is a flexible, extensible, easy to deploy solution which can be targeted for many use cases and can be easily adapted for the standard operating procedures that are needed as per the requirements of the end user in a very flexible manner. We would with that, I would just like to show a small video of the workflow that is presented with one of our use cases. While that is playing, I can also suggest if you have any inputs or comments, we would welcome your queries and inputs. You can email them to us at contact@vehant.com. Is the video visible?
Anup, not yet. Yeah, we can see the video now. There is no volume.
It's just a plain background.
Okay. Okay, now we can hear. Anup, the volume went down. Can you?
So yeah, actually, it's just a background score. So yeah, so please note that this is a sample workflow only, just to give all of you an idea of the modularity and the scalability of the platform. Right. So with that, I close my presentation and welcome suggestions and inputs from all of you. And I hand it back to Somraj for and Bhaskar for his sessions. Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anup, for that session. It was very, very invigorating, and the inputs you shared were very, very interesting, and especially the workflow portion. I am sure that the participants must have taken away key insights from this, and it will be a very good experience for all. Now, without further delay, I will be moving to the next panelist, our esteemed panelist, our guest panelist from Intel India, Mr. Bhaskar Dandapani, who is the Director of Sales at Intel India. Bhaskar brings with him over 24 years of rich experience in sales, business development, and distribution across the telecom, that is both wired and wireless, industrial, automotive, that is IoT and embedded technology sectors. While at Intel India, Bhaskar has been responsible for driving the innovation and brand leadership across Intel's IoT businesses, as well as computing and sales. In his current role as Director Sales, Bhaskar is responsible for handling the sales across client computing, IoT, data center, and network storage business units for India. Prior to this, Bhaskar was the director for the IoT business at Intel, leading the IoT billing charter, which focused on growing the IoT design and development ecosystem. Having worked for more than 2 decades in the business development and sales verticals with a proven track record on building teams to drive stronger and deeper customer engagements, Bhaskar brings rich insights from the Indian market across domains, while driving technology adoption in both existing as well as new markets. Before joining Intel, Bhaskar was managing the country sales and business development at Freescale Semiconductor India's for 10 years. He holds a bachelor's degree in electronics and communications engineering. With that, Bhaskar, I hand it over to you. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Somraj. Are you able to hear me clearly?
Yes, absolutely.
And how about the presentation? You're able to see the AI on Intel?
Yes, correct.
Thank you so much for the thorough introduction, Somraj. And Anup and Vehant team, that was a great product introduction. The scalability you talked about is really need of the our technology what the whole country is looking at it and the ecosystem looking at it. Thank you so much, and congrats to all of you for launching such product. Okay, and to all the audience, good afternoon to all of you. I would like to sort of start with where we left from last time when we all met with Vehant in September, somewhere around mid-September we all met. We talked about the pandemic coming in and then how it could accelerate the technology. In continuation to that, I would like to talk what are our observations in the last 90 days or so, which are the segments we saw getting impacted, and then how AI can influence and what are the things happening in the AI ecosystem development, and what as Intel India with our ecosystem partners like Vehant have done so far in helping the country transforming in its journey towards digital acceleration, right? With that, I'd like to share info. The 15 weeks of lockdown suddenly break the backbone of the channel when it comes to the last mile connectivity. Some customers, because of the lockdown, worked alternate days or alternate offices. I've seen some of our partners moving the warehouse from the normal channel area to their garage, parking the cars outside so that they can operate as an independent office and continue the business as usual, right? Having said that, that's a difficult thing. Now we are bouncing back. That's a typical nature of human being. It's a survival instinct, and we want to keep the positivity. We see a lot of stuff happening here. And also at the same time, the digital acceleration is happening across the segments. For example, education, everything moved to learn from home. And with government introducing national education policy, this will only accelerate adopting more and more technology programs like Operational Digital Board. Government wants to implement 300,000 classrooms as a smart classrooms in the next 3 years. This segment will see more adoption of technology going forward. And coming to the offline to online, we saw a major shift happen towards the online. And in the recent festival season, in less than 4 days, both Flipkart and Amazon posted $3.5 billion transaction. That's one of the biggest in the last 20 years. Okay. And we also received the data that more than 98% of the postal codes in India, to be precise, 98.4, they were able to fulfill those orders in those 4 days. Again, talk about the technology acceleration and through cloud. And organizations, enterprises talked about fluid talent and workplaces. Some even contemplating about permanent work from home. And one of the largest Tata group of companies said by 2025, only 25% of the people will be working from those offices. And we have observed few offices, even in when we come back sometime in June, July, positively after the vaccination coming in, the employees can come to office 2 days a week. The rest of the days they can work from home. That's a paradigm shift, which we envisaged in the last 3 or 4 months time frame. Okay, everything moved towards cloudification. With government putting infrastructure in October, we saw UPI saw a 2 billion transaction. And we saw more and more as a service coming in. So the number of electric vehicles flying on the road, we could see how we are operating them, right? And all these things are happening with the help of infra getting localized. Government is putting more structure into India. Government has taken a decision 2020 to 2030, the next decade is the manufacturing decade for India. And they're really emphasizing on the national electronic policy. Also, excuse me. So how do we groom the 1,000 plus tech startup companies coming from India? And excuse me. Something went wrong with the throat.
Bhaskar, are you all right?
I'm good. Something went wrong.
Do you want to take a break? Just have maybe a sip of water. Yeah, that's fine.
Yep, I think I'm back. Sorry for that. Okay, is government emphasizing more into Make in India, India for the world, and defining policies like data protection and then localization of products. All these things are going to happen with a combination of local and global players, and which is good for India with 5G technologies coming in the near future. We can localize more and more data centers, and then we can also reduce the latency for the country. Okay. So with all this acceleration happening in the market, and the recent survey, what we did with the partners, what it says is that nearly 76% of the CEOs in India feel the latest technology like AI and cloud is going to transform the way they do business in the next 5 years of time. And further, when we did a dipstick from 2020, the money pumped in into AI, it's close to 400 million. By 2024, it is expected that Indian companies will pump in close to 1.2 billion. That is a CAGR of close to 28 to 30%, right? And if you look at the companies who thought AI is going to transform their technology, almost 1/4 of them said we already deployed some shape or form of AI to enhance our business here. And then you can see the percentage, how many percentage is in which zone. Discovery close to 20, early development 20, and then advanced development another 20. But 25% of the companies are already in the last 6 to 9 months time frame put technology in production. This is largely driven by enhancing customer experience, lowering operating cost, automation, improvement of production, and of course, convenience and control. For example, we talked about the shift of offline to online, the e-tail companies we talked about. They use this technology in giving the offline shop experience to the online customers, like recommending products. How many of us felt that when you move on to go in and then start typing the products you look for, and you see automatically the suggestions getting loaded into this, right? Majorly, it's customer experience and automation is driving this growth. Yeah, this is a pretty familiar slide. You would have seen this few times when Intel folks are presenting here. We said these are the industries, almost all industry, which AI is going to transform. Okay, so let us see what has happened in the last 6 months or so. What transformations we have seen, right? Among the industries, consumer, health, finance, government, transport, finance took the lead in adopting, rolling out the technologies to the customer. So 30% of this growth of AI in India came from BFSI segment. Like how do we remotely do the sales and remotely manage the customers? How do we do fraudulent stuff remotely? How do you monitor it? Making flexible loans and payment system companies, even remote KYC, both offline and video. How do we do that? These are some of the technologies adopted by the BFSI segment. Government came in next in adopting the technologies mostly towards monitoring, be it face recognition or crowd monitoring or traffic management systems. These are the two major drivers into the government segment of it. Retail majorly adopted towards procurement process, logistics and stuff. And then when it comes to production, automating their production, supply chain, logistics, warehousing stuff, the primary usages came in for AI adoption, right? And some of the emerging technology, what we've seen, this is the fastest adopting technology from the signal perspective. But having said that, we see education, agri, and healthcare are the next segments which will be adopting technology, right? Once so the education coming back to school, they'll be adopting more in terms of learning. How do we go for online, offline, hybrid model, making learning as a enjoyable experience for the student, and then monitoring the student, analyzing them, and customize the learning behavior, customize the teaching for according to the learning behavior of the student and something like this, right? On healthcare, the biggest interest what we are seeing is that remote diagnostics analytics is something people are thinking about it. How do you implement it? When it comes to agri-tech, it's about process automation and then price control. How do you do it? So these are something from last time what we when we met, and now some of the technology adoptions happening across industry. Okay. And what did we do Intel India, right, across the BFSI segment, transportation, manufacturing, working with partners like Vehant, right? Some of the products what we have deployed in the field have mentioned it. Will not run through. Mostly on the BFS side, it's about automating the branch. Instead of opening a branch, can you put a automated teller machine? And then can we make a virtual avatar to make it easy to pay your bills and then do your transactions? And then we work with partners like Vehant and developed a smart video analytics, which means the software can run any of the existing cameras used to the customers, be it a factory automation, stuff like that, right? And education we talked about. Transportation, we talked about number plate recognition, video management, etc. But the biggest challenge what we have got here is that when all these things got are getting deployed, rather I should say, the biggest challenge what we got is it has to move from touch to non-touch, you know. And then obviously we don't have the luxury of going and redoing everything and deploying it, right? So the biggest challenge thrown to us was that how do you make the existing machines deployed, getting deployed from a touch to non-touch? So with the help of our ODM ecosystem and partners like Vehant, we are able to create a wrapper on the existing machine and then make it from a touch to non-touch. That is something we feel very proud about working with the ecosystem. The way we have groomed the ecosystem for Indian market is something we feel very proud about here. Okay. Not doing much deep dive into this quickly. Obviously, edge innovation, what's happening is going to disrupt the total cycle of edge to cloud, the entire ecosystem. With the right product set, starting from the smart edge, the cloud, and the powerful OpenVINO and One API tools, and the great ecosystem like what we have, I think Intel will continue to disrupt the market and then help the country to accelerate toward the digitization. I'll stop here. Thank you very much for your time. Any questions I can take now, and I'll send it back to Somraj.
Thank you, Bhaskar. That was a very interesting session by you, and I'm sure that with both the presentations, the participants today must have taken away a lot of value, and they must have had a lot of questions in their minds because we have already received some. Now we'll be moving to the Q&A part of the webinar today, and we have got a couple of really interesting questions. So first question that I would like to put across, which I've received from one of the participants, is for Anup. And the question is basically, how is this platform deployed? Is it just cloud enabled, or is it also an on-premise solution? So maybe Anup, you could throw some light on this.
Yes, definitely, Sumar. So we have both cloud as well as on-prem options available. So depending on the specific use case and the number of cameras to be processed, and let's say requirements of connectivity, security, etc. So we can work with the end user and help them choose the correct deployment size that they need, whether it be on-prem or it be cloud. So both options are available, in short.
Okay. Thank you for that answer. Next question is for Bhaskar. I think considering Intel and the scale of operations you have, one of the queries is that, I mean, it's a very valid question also. Whether the implementation of cloud and AI would lead to massive job losses in the market, especially in a market like India, which has huge population, a lot of people coming into the job market on a year-on-year basis. So Bhaskar, maybe you could throw some light on that.
Yeah, every technology has its own positives and negatives. I won't fully say that it is only good and it is creating lots of problems. We have also seen a lot of jobs getting created because of technologies coming in, right? So yeah, it's a debatable topic. Maybe we can have a separate session only for that. I don't think that's the time what we have here will be enough. So with that, I will stop.
Okay.
That question maybe. Anup, would you like to add
Sure.
something from the technology front of it? What do you see from your side?
Yeah, so what I see is that, so definitely the fear of job loss, that is something that we are seeing, is very prevalent across various industries, especially in industries which used to which currently employs a lot of manpower. So that is that fear is definitely there. And in the way that we have seen AI transform some of the industries, what we are seeing is that increasingly there is it is definitely happening that some of the very low skilled jobs are getting transformed. They are gradually getting automated. At the same time, a lot of industries and a lot of the management and the governments across globally are taking measures to ensure that the workforce is also upskilled, so that more jobs are now being transformed into where AI works alongside humans. And of course, it will be transformative. And over time, some of the jobs that we see today will vanish. At the same time, a lot of new jobs will get created, and many of the workforce which are currently employed may change their work profiles to certain other roles. But it definitely does not seem that to be a case where a huge section of the population is without a job at all. They will definitely see transformation. But as of now, if you look at the demand for jobs of certain nature, uh, while the demand in certain segments have come down, in certain other sectors the demand for jobs, especially because of AI related transformations, that is increasing. So with that, yeah, I would like to stop.
Thanks, Anup.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. I think both of you have thrown a lot of light on this very pertinent topic. One quick question to you, Niano. This is regarding the Okean platform. So one participant has a question that how easy is it to add a new use case onto the Okean platform? Because I believe we were talking about that. So maybe you could briefly touch upon that also.
So it would depend on the specific use case, but if it is a use case which can be easily targeted by let's say to identify a certain type of element, or whether a certain type of visual pattern is being followed, is being detected, is something present in the particular, let's say on a person, or in the objects that we are seeing in the camera field of view. If so elements such as these and use cases such as these can be added very easily. More complex use cases which involve, let's say, interaction of complex action related patterns, so these use cases may potentially require some more work in order to customize and add.
Bhaskar,
Somraj, we cannot
question
hear
which
you.
is
Can you repeat? Somraj, can you repeat the question, please?
hello. Yeah.
Can you please repeat?
Am I audible now?
Yeah, it's better.
Yes. There was one question from yes. So there was one question from one participant that concerning Indian enterprises and government enterprises as a whole. They're all involved in of cloud. So from the cyber, could you throw some
Suraj, we are losing you. We're not able to hear you clearly.
light on this?
Somraj?
Hello, am I able?
Yeah, okay, I will. Bhaskar, this is a question for you. I'll just repeat.
Yeah,
I also
there.
have access to the chat
Am I
window.
audible?
Yeah, Somraj, you can mute. I'll ask the question because I have access to the chat window. So, Bhaskar, the question is that, do you really think the Indian enterprises and the government are they ready from a cyber security point of view, given massive adoption of cloud?
Yeah. Okay. We are seeing a lot of traction coming from different government agencies, right? And definitely, there's a big push coming from some of the agencies who are recommending the guardrails for the cybersecurity and stuff. And definitely, the actions taken place. Okay, the adoption, what we thought is going to happen 3 years down the line, it's happening now in front of us less than 6 months or 9 months. So obviously, we are not prepared for such situation. So it's not fair to expect everything to be ready from them. I'm sure you're not asking about it. But if you ask me, are there any actions taking place? Yes. First thing, if you look at it, when it comes to safety and security, there are only local players are allowed, be it a camera supplying or any ecosystem partner, right? That is one. Second thing, in a way, the government is pushing towards Make in India and local products. It's also keeping one eye on how secure you can keep the community here. You talk about data localization, all combining to how do you keep the personal data and the Indian citizens' data safe within the country. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, I think that was it's a good answer. Yeah, another question for Anup. Anup, the question is essentially, do you think the cloud and central processing will take over edge-based systems? I mean, that's one of the questions which one of the participants have asked.
Sorry, yeah, I was on mute. So if anything, actually, we are seeing the opposite in a sense, as the edge platforms are becoming more and more powerful, and so a lot of investment and R&D is happening globally across the world, including by Intel as well as a lot of other semiconductor players, to make the edge platforms more powerful and to enable AI, powerful AI to run seamlessly on the edge. So with that, actually, we may actually see a lot of compute, or rather a lot of use cases and a lot of decision making actually happen on the edge, and only very certain and specific use cases move to be only cloud based. Of course, increasingly there may be also be a distributed or a federated kind of architecture, wherein some action happens at the edge and some actions happen at the center, and there is close coordination between the two. So cloud is not definitely going to go away. It will be there, and it will be needed for for sure, for many different scenarios. At the same time, a lot many use cases, especially because of security reasons and because of reasons of efficiency, latency, performance, many use cases will start happening much more frequently at the edge than they are happening today.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks. I hope I'm audible now.
Yes,
Sorry,
you are.
there
Please
was
take
some
over.
glitch. Yes,
Please
yes,
take over.
thank you. So we have got a couple of more questions, but I guess due to the paucity of time, we will be getting back to all the respondents over email. So thank you to both Anup and Bhaskar. The discussion was very interesting. It was in depth, and I'm sure that you were able to bring out many issues which will be deliberated by all of us, including the participants over here as well as others. With this platform launch at Vehant, we hope to reach the end users in the enterprise analytics market space much more effectively, that is, and are sure that with the able guidance of Intel and support, the deployment and technical go-to strategy will be a win-win combination for all. Also, we would like to thank all the participants who have taken time out today and have joined the session. This was a busy working day, so being a Friday, thank you to everyone. We are very excited to collaborate and co-create innovative use cases with all of you, and we look forward to more suggestions and inputs from your side, along with successful business for the future. Any queries, questions, inputs, please feel free to drop an email at contact@vehan.com, and we'll get back to you ASAP. With this, we close the session. We hope that you have had a very good session. You have learned a lot of interesting things, and we hope that all of you stay safe and take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Somraj. Thank you, everyone who has joined us today. Have a nice day.
Thanks, Anup. Bye-bye.
Bye.